Hey Dragon Dreamers, Gina Virginia Casella here, and the one behind the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. Come dream with us. Your soul tribe awaits you. I do all kinds of things. Gemstone readings, mind reprogramming, energy medicine. At this time in my life, I've been redirected by Source to bring us together. The Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective through an umbrella term called Project 30, Isis Unity Consciousness. You're invited. Dream with us. Through dreams half remembered and half misunderstood, we fill in the gaps for each other because we're all one. There's all kinds of times and dates lined up that I would absolutely adore for you to be a part of. One of my favorite things to do is to assert that the Akashic records are not a permanent record because your past never defines you. And we can do what's called living consciously so we can die consciously. United are we. Be free. Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective awaits you. Dream with us. My name is Gina Virginia Casella, creator and visionary of Project 30 Isis Unity Consciousness. See you in dreams.
Hey, Dragon Dreamers, Gina Virginia Casella here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Today, I want to focus on the Dragon Dreams Oracle, and I also want to tell you about the upcoming conference, Dragon Destiny, because it's our destiny. So I'm feeling really excited today. Yes, these are new gloves. Thanks for noticing. I got another pair too. They're long and let me know which gloves are your favorite that I wear. Out of all the things that we talk about, I find it interesting that people are looking at the gloves and kind of keeping track which ones I'm wearing and whatnot. So I think it's really cute. Let me know which gloves are your favorite. These are the new ones, but my gloves are not the focus of today. Today, the focus, like I said, is I want to tell you all about Dragon Destiny. Why? Because it's our destiny. And I also want to show you some of the Dragon Dreams Oracle. So let's just start with the Oracle first, because I do tend to get ahead of myself. Hi, Jared. Good to see you here tuning in with us live. Naveed, I see you there in the chat. I'm just going to put my Buy Me a Coffee link in the comments because that's where I'm going right now. So let me put it on screen share. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to add it. I'm getting better at this, but I know how to screen share, but then you have to add it to the stage, and I forget that step. So, okay, adding it to the stage right now. There it is. So this is my Buy Me a Coffee, and the link you can get to it, the link that I put in the chat. So this is what it looks like. And right here in the post that I put out today is this one. Dragon Dreams Oracle, get in the rhythm with your collective. And if you backtrack, you can see that I've been posting daily about the Dragon Dreams Oracle. So there's other stuff in there too, but basically the way Buy Me a Coffee works is the first picture that I post is the picture that makes its way into the cover page. So that's why you see this one first. So every day up until the end of June, which today it's June 24th, that every day I'm posting one card from the Dragon Dreams Oracle. Now, this is something that I do on my own every day. And for what it's worth, sometimes I pull a card every day, sometimes every few days, once a week. Sometimes I'll pull one card and just keep it with me for the whole month. It really depends on how I'm feeling, but usually it's every day, every few days. And today, two cards got pulled. The life, death, life cycle, the greater beauty prayer. And I wanted to read this to you. So there it is. Life, death, life. And you got hummingbird there, existing simultaneously. Life, death, life cycle, and the greater beauty prayer. Philosophically, Gina explores the interconnectedness of life and death, suggesting they are not distinct, but rather two sides of the same coin or doorway existing simultaneously in the present moment. This perspective challenges rigid notions of duality. On a biological level, while individuals are mortal and their bodies decompose, this to continue alchemizing, undergoing its own form of death and rebirth. This cyclical nature means individuals are a synthesis of past, present, and future selves accumulating wisdom. Nature serves as the potent metaphor. A dying plant can reflect a personal sense of ending, while a thriving plant can symbolize a current period of growth and blooming. So let me know how that card resonates with you. This was the other card. And what's interesting, maybe this matters to you, maybe it doesn't. But when I pulled the cards this morning, this one here, the life, death, life cycle card, I just pulled it like I normally pull a card. But then this one, number 65, that was me. It totally fell on the floor. And whenever that happens, it's like, oh, okay, clearly there's two cards for me. But it may or may not mean something to you that the life, death, life cycle came from above, like on my table, and that was me came from below. So let me know if that resonates with you. This one here, that was me. This is one of my favorite cards. I really do this kind of stuff. Play with nature, go outside on a windy day, and move the leaves around. Believe it was you. The inner child does. So when there's like thunder and lightning, yeah, you go like this with your hand and pretend that you're the lightning, right? When there's the big branches on the trees moving because the wind, go like this and pretend that that's you doing that, right? On a windy day, you see the leaves predictably float across the road and make a swirl, and you do that with your arm, pretending that it was you. That's what this card is all about. But let me read it to you. DDO, Dragon Dreams Oracle, number 65. That was me. In this text, Gina emphasizes the importance of play and imagination as key elements in the process of learning and engagement with the world. The narrative suggests that learning is less about acquiring new information and more about recalling and connecting with experiences. Play is portrayed as a vital mechanism that allows individuals to connect socially and emotionally, facilitating creativity and experimentation. Gina shares personal stories such as pretending to be the goddess Bridget while brushing her cat and engaging with nature by interacting with the wind. This imaginative play leads to moments of perceived synchronicity with the environment. For example, standing against the wind and imagining one's hands influencing the movement of leaves exemplifies a deeper connection to nature. In these situations, we can imagine it's us and not the wind. Perhaps it really is us, and we're invited to become more familiar with the unfamiliar. So this is what it looked like And this orange, that's my towel. It's my mesa. So it's not just a normal towel anymore. It's a mesa, which means it's my shaman's altar. And it's really special. And depending on how I fold it, um, I've got Lucky. He's like an orange, rusty looking fox kind of intergalactic character archetype. And it's sideways. There's like the white is the chest, and this is one of the legs, and that's one of the legs. And it's folded, so you can't see the head over here. But I wanted to focus on tracking and searching. That's why I've got my mesa folded like this. Sometimes I've got the face showing. Sometimes it's just my name showing. So there's lots of meaning behind it. But what I wanted to show you today was this here, my kuyas. I'm not going to go through all of them with you. But these stones, you see, they're not stones. They were once upon a time stones, crystals, gemstones. But they're not that anymore. Because me, the biological one known as Gina, went through a process. So when I became a shaman, neo-shamanism it's called, with the 4 winds. And the 4 winds, by the way, is better known as the Harvard of energy medicine. So I'm really proud to have accomplished this achievement, quite humbled by it, because those of you who follow me know I went to the special education classroom as a child. And despite all my successes and the fact that I was a teacher, there's still a part of me that struggles, like I'm not intelligent. And that's why it's important to share that. And even though I didn't go to Harvard University, I went to a different kind of Harvard, which was better for me. It was in right relationship with me. So I always like to share that that you too can achieve such things. And anyways, going back to these kuyas, they transformed into kuyas because I had to go through special processes. I had to earn each one starting in the south with this very first kuya here. So I earned all of them starting in the south, and then we made our way around the medicine wheel. And then this one here, the lineage stone in the middle, or lineage kuya, we kicked it off with that, but we didn't officially transform it until we went around the cycle. And this cycle is better known as the Andean medicine wheel. There's a feather, a chain. I think this is a raccoon upper jaw on the right side, and then a snail shell. So I want to show you those right here, right now. And then the rest of this is about the upcoming conference, Dragon Destiny, which I will go over with you soon. So hi, everybody in the chat. Naveed, just seeing you there. Writing lots of comments. Good to see you. So, oops, let me remove that from the stage. Okay. So, so in the mornings, that's what I do. I have my little routine. I wake up, I brush my teeth, pop in my contacts, brush Rosie, and at some point I pull a card, or sometimes 2 come out. Sometimes like 3 or 4 come flying out, but it's not often. Usually it's just the 1. But today 2 came out. And then what I like to do is I just like to place it on my altar, which if you're just tuning in now, my altar is basically a beach towel that I transformed into the shaman's mesa, and the shaman's mesa is my altar. So nobody can tell me how to pray or what or how to believe. I can pray how I want to pray, and that's my altar to do that on. And at nighttime, I use my altar, my mesa, to wrap my kuyas in. So it's a nice little package. And when I travel, I'm supposed to take it with me. So I graduated in January, early January, and I'm excited to take it with me now. And whenever I do my fire ceremonies, it's always with me. Anything special that I'm doing, the mesa is there with me. When I'm using my flora, you can bet I sometimes, just for the hell of it, spritz it on my mesa. We're supposed to feed our mesa. And there's some burns in there from fire ceremony, just pieces of sticks and ash flying on it. And sometimes even with my incense, um, the incense is on fire and I'll lightly shake it down and the ash will fall and start burning my towel. So I've lived and learned and carrying the wisdom forward, just being a bit more careful about that. So let me know how you can relate in the comments. So this is my first kuya in the South. And it came with a booklet telling me the names. I still have it somewhere, but this is like a gray and blue striped pattern rock. There's a bit of gold glittery in there. And the reason I chose this for the South is because I was feeling it, but like just emotionally, I was feeling it. But I also chose it because it reminded me of, oh, this is mixed up. This one here is my first kuya. This one here, it's green with black, and it reminds me of chocolate mint ice cream. And the reason I got this for the South is because I connected with it. And then the black reminded me of inside the earth, like black and soil and darkness in the womb and tomb. And that's where we start with snake in the South, is in the darkness, shedding it all off. And then feeding the fertile soil, rich and sweet, creates the green. And green is Pachamama, Mother Earth, that the snake is belly to belly with. So for me, this was important to be the South. This one is my second kuya because it represents the water and the sky, sea and sky being one. And then my third kuya is this one here, which I considered being my first one because I thought maybe the center of Earth is molten hot rock, but I like this to be my third kuya for other personal reasons, but also because it's this little pattern that I have that helps me remember. Step 1, black soil, green earth growing. Step 2, we've got water and sea and sky, and the sea and sky connecting the earth and connecting the sky. And what's in the sky? The sun, and also the stars and other star nations. And like when I think of mountains and volcanoes, the smoke, the lava, it's up. So I went with that color. So just for decoration's sake and to make it a bit more meaningful, I've got a snail shell, nothing fancy. And when I found it, the center part was pressed in. So I almost didn't take it because of that. And I thought, no, I'm going to take this. And you know what? It's a good thing I did because I wasn't able to find another snail shell. I wasn't even looking for snail shells. I just randomly saw this one. And I took it. And when I do fire ceremony, not all the time, but sometimes because I think every fire ceremony is a special ceremony. But when I'm intentionally manifesting, or when I'm doing a huaca, which might be like something that you only do once every year, a few years, or if I wanted to do a despacho, which again is a special fire ceremony, but it's like the next level up. A huaca is like the next level up. But anyways, the point is that I like to put a snail shell in the center because the spiral that we all belong to. The first time I put a snail shell in the fire, I never thought anything of it. And then when I checked on the fire, I was curious just to see like what was burning, what was still there. And I noticed that the snail shell was there right up until the end. And the snail shell, it was like a cinnamon bun. It actually elongated into a cone shape. And that was really meaningful to me because I was like, wow, this is like reinforcing, like I said, the spiral and the expansion that comes with it. So, a cone shape or a funnel, a tornado, that exact kind of shape is what I'm talking about. Except it, like the tornado goes counterclockwise, sucking you in. This goes out, expanding, getting bigger. So the top part of the funnel. So I like to put a snail shell with snake to represent the loosening and letting go, the shedding of the shell, the exoskeleton, and this business of like, I'm at a loss for words right now, but the Cretaceous period, is that what it is? Maybe somebody could help me out. But there was a time when there was no animals. It was just like snails and insects. And insects were basically like from the ocean, like shrimp are insects. But some insects made their way onto land. Anyways, I've been having a lot of really deep thoughts lately, and I feel like I'm kind of in that zone. So I got my snail shell that I like to keep in the south. And then for the jaguar, hi, Anchor Haven. Good to see you in the chat. I've been stalking you a little bit, so I have to watch your videos there from your trip. This one here, this black one, obsidian, this one represents jaguar. There's 3 kuyas that represent jaguar. And again, I had to earn them. But this one here represents the west. So I've got 2 more that represent the west. I wasn't going to show you them all, but it's like, here I am showing you them all. This red one and then this one here. And again, I had to earn them. And each one was total hell to go through. It was a lot of facing the shadows, a lot of rite of passage, a lot of ceremonies. It was like going through a step ladder, if you will, a process. But the reason I wanted to choose the black one was because when I think of jaguars, I think of black and the nighttime and black and transformation. This red one here, it just kind of worked out. There's lots of reasons why, but the color-wise, it didn't really matter to me. But this one here was interesting because I remember when I got this, I remember thinking this is a weird shape, you know? It's like a triangle or something. And when it actually came time to transform this rock gemstone into a kuya, you know when something hits you and it's synchronicity and you get like goosebumps? That's what happened because I thought, oh my God, holy shit. This is the goldfish dancing on land, right? And when I look at this, now that's all I see is like a fish, right? So this is really special. And anyways, what I do with my jaguar kuya, the first one, is I put this raccoon top part of the mouth, it's the right side, on top. Sometimes I put it on the side and whatnot because it's like the raccoon is searching, or maybe I want a different perspective and I'll put it upside down. Or maybe you've seen pictures of this upside down or in reverse because I genuinely I was so fascinated by it that I honestly didn't even really notice the front little teeth for like the first week that I owned it because I was actually really fascinated by the back molars because they look like people teeth. And I actually, when I found this, I went looking for a feather, like a nice big feather from like a goose or something like that. And I just found myself kind of wandering, trusting in the process. I ended up finding a bunch of cardinals, a lot of little baby cardinals, you know, the red birds. And I thought, oh, maybe I was supposed to find like a red feather, you know? Nope. And then something told me to go in a completely opposite direction. I thought, okay, I'll go check this out. And then randomly I found this. And I almost didn't even see it. It was buried. And I actually found this and the shell at the same time, like in the same little location. So I believe this is a raccoon. I don't know what this is called. I want to say malleable, but that's the bottom. I'm not sure. But this raccoon, the teeth look pretty white, so it wasn't eating lots of sugar. And it got me thinking because, you know, when people are finding skulls and wondering, is this real? Is it not real? I haven't looked at a skull in a long time. And this reminded me, oh yeah, skulls have like dents in it, like all people's skull, any kind of animal skull. I don't know about reptiles, but I know people's skulls have like these dents in it, um, because there's muscles and stuff like that, right? And glands, all connecting the ears and the breathing, the nasal passageway, and just even like the nostril, like when we die, the nose, ears, that's cartilage, right? So it goes away, but we have holes that indicate something was there, right? So if it's not a hole, it's like a little dent. And so I just find myself really interested in this. So, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because when I do spirit work, I don't like to get fancy. I don't like to spend any money. The only money that I really spend is on candles, lighters, matches, vodka, not to drink, but to make the flora with, and uh, and tools like my kuyas. I purchased these, but I really don't want to be purchasing anything else, not unless it's like really calling to me or it's gifted to me. But anyways, so this is my hummingbird kuya. And the hummingbird kuya, you actually, I had this really nice green kuya picked out, right? And this one, I thought, well, I'm going to save this for later, because when I first got my stones in the mail, I ordered them from Amazon. Apparently they were sourced ethically and whatnot, but I got extras. And it's a good thing that I got extras, because part of the process was to spend all this time with our hummingbird rock. But before we could transform it into a kuya, after spending all this time with it, we had to give it to the fire. And I'm like, what? So we had to create a despacho, putting our hummingbird stone, and then basically if the hummingbird stone changed or completely melted, incinerated, nothing left, that it maybe that would bear meaning to us, but it was symbolic. So people like me, my kuya, um, uh, it got like really gross. It was like completely black. I thought I was going to have to throw it away, but I didn't have to. So it worked out for me. Um, I've tried to clean it. At the time, I was using canola, or no, I was using vegetable oil. It wasn't even canola oil. And we were told to use olive oil. And so it just smelled like gross, greasy French fries or something. um, and then there was another one. I kind of forget now, but there was a huge process behind it, because I'm just looking at my other hummingbird. We had to put all 3 hummingbird stones in the fire. That's what it was. And my third one didn't make it. And this is the one that I ended up replacing it with. That's the story. That's how it unfolded. Anyways, I wasn't going to show you all my kuyas, but here I am showing you them. But I wanted to show you this. This is not a hummingbird feather. I think it's from a big bird. Hi, Terry. Good to see you there in the chat. So this feather here, this is my kuya. That represents my hummingbird. So remember, it's not just a regular stone or gemstone. It had to go through a process. It had to get transformed. Now it's a kuya. Okay, good for me. So, I mean, if I found a hummingbird feather, that would be great. But I thought, you know what? That day I went to the park to find a feather. I wanted to find like a goose feather. And I found this little guy. But something tells me the color of this, it's white, and then it's kind of like spotted with like W shapes, zigzagging across horizontal, like a brownish color. And I thought, this is probably from like a larger bird of prey, maybe a hawk of some kind. And this is probably a feather from the armpit area, maybe the neck, the private parts, or the legs, because this is where the nice downy feathers would be. to keep those bonier areas warm, and also in the case of like babies or keeping eggs warm. But anyways, just so it doesn't fly away, I put my kuya right on top of it. So those pictures that you see on my Buy Me a Coffee, this is what I'm referring to. And then my eagle condor, since I showed you all of them, this one here is the one that represents eagle condor. And excuse me, something drying in the air. Excuse me again. But like, ever since I owned this, I said to myself, this is one of those materials that's going to be melting away on me, but I don't have to worry about it because I'm not going to be, getting my kuyas wet. Well, you know what? I get them wet every single day because every single day I'm spritzing my flora on it. And so every single day by default, my eagle condor stone is shrinking on me. And that's okay. That came up in my training. Like, what happens if our stones disappear on us? Because some of my colleagues that I trained with, they had stone, like kuyas that were hard as a rock. Like, nothing's gonna happen to them. But like, other colleagues made it a point to invest in certain elementals, and now it's like basically all their kuyas are destined to melt away. So when you lose a kuya or one melts away on you, then you just replace it. It's really not a big deal, and it's an invitation. Hi, Laura, Starseed Lolo, see you there in the chat. And she's got some mowing to do. Happy mowing. So this is my eagle condor kuya, and then the other two, it's purple and black. And I didn't plan it out this way. I thought I might save this one here for eagle condor. It worked out that way. But then this business of like the white, the purple, and then like the black, tell me that was not a coincidence. Like, that was serious synchronicity. So it was like eagle condor, because you're flying wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor. Yay, you made it around the medicine wheel, right? And you just start feeling like your life is perfect. And then, nope, you're not flying with eagle condor. And then, you're entering the snake zone again, where you got to shed your skin. And so I like this white-black duality, and then I like this purple in the middle here. So let me just put these back here. My clear kuya, I keep this necklace. So it's gold plated, and I've bought gold plated jewelry before, but sometimes it works out. Like, these are gold plated. You know what? I bought these, I think, for like $40 or $60, like 10 years ago now. And I've worn them to my dance recitals. I wear them every day. It's like really great investment. And then I think I paid like $60 for this. It's gold plated, and like, I can tell that it's fake, But anyways, what do you do with your fake jewelry? Well, this is my eagle condor. So the little part that's hanging, that's like the feet and the tail, and then the rest is flying. So when I display it, it's like the clear part is in the middle. That's like eagle condor's body. And then there's the tail and the wings. And then sometimes, depending on what's going on in my life, just like I was telling you about the raccoon, sometimes I'll put it over to the side. I'll put it upside down because it means different perspectives. And sometimes I intentionally put eagle condor flying off to the east, like carrying all my prayers and good intentions, flying wingtip to wingtip way in the east, right? Rising high above. But then sometimes I'm like, eagle condor, turn around, please, eagle condor, and look at my details, and I'll turn eagle condor this way. So sometimes, it's the morning and I'm just tired and I'm like putting my kuyas out, but usually there's some kind of intention with one of them, if not all of them. And hummingbird just kind of like stays there. But I'm mindful to go like left or right or up or down. So let me know how you play around with your resources. And if you wanted to purchase the Dragon Dreams Oracle, you can have your very own copy. My links are there in my Buy Me a Coffee, my website. So make sure you check that out. But now I want to show you my little slideshow for the upcoming conference. So actually, I got a video. So let me show you that here. I just uploaded it. Okay. So we literally just had a conference, Summer Days, to clarify, which you can purchase the replay on my Buy Me a Coffee. So if you wanted a direct link to that, I can give you a direct link right now. You go to my Buy Me a Coffee website, and then there's a little tab that says Shop. So here's the shop. Hi, Rogelio. Good to see you. All right. So let me play this little intro video that I have about the conference, and then I'll go over my slideshow with you. Okay. Sound like a plan? Okay. Here it is. It's 57 seconds. So, wow, I can't believe it's already over, right? So we just had Summer Days. This one is called Dragon Destiny. So let me put it on screen share. All right. StreamYard's acting a little funny right now, but that is okay. There we go, screen share. Okay. Okay, so my option keeps disappearing on me. Okay, I'll try it again. Oh, apparently I'm on screen share right now. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, try this again. Okay, putting it on screen share. There we go. Okay. Now let me bring this to the stage. Okay, thanks for your patience, everybody. And I'm loving Terry's comment here. Terry's saying, I purchased the replay for a friend. So that is an awesome investment for your friend. It's a very wonderful gift to gift somebody. And remember, too, there's Promise of Spring in the on my YouTube in the conference playlist, and Promise of Spring is free. That was our March conference, and Promise of Spring is going to be free every year, actually. So, okay, let me take you through my PowerPoint. All right, so Project 30 ISIS Unity Consciousness. What is that? Well, I'm figuring it out, to be honest. It's all my content merging together. So movies are being made, all my books, my oracle, me being live, my conferences, all of it's coming together. My dream life, my waking life, merging, bridging, and you're a part of this. So this, of course, is all through dreams, half remembered, half misunderstood. And this is how we unite. So I'm inviting you to co-dream with me. We're your soul tribe, the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. And you know what? We get you. We get you. You're just like us. We've all had interesting experiences, interesting dreams. This here is just a collage of memberships that I offer. The picture in the center on top, the brown one with the Venn diagram, that's an important one. That's on my YouTube, my Facebook, so you can look for that out of familiarity. The Dragon Dreams movie series, this is a real dream come true. Last year, there was so much criticism about it, but I've got 2 mini movies now. One is just over 3 minutes and one is 4 minutes. So that's really exciting, and I can play them both today. They were featured at the Promise of Spring conference. I played them last week. And then yesterday on Story Species, Story Medicine, we had Laura Ferguson, Starseed Lolo join us, and I played them again. So there's always lots to look forward to. And it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when folks are going to be confusing my content with Steven Spielberg, right? So my movie Lushing, I did that all by myself, and I'm really looking forward to showing you those. So let me just get through this slideshow first. So we've got a monthly dream ecosystem that you're invited to be a part of. Tuesdays, 1:30 Eastern, I go live. This is 2026, by the way. It'll probably be the same 2027, but that's why you should follow me on Buy Me a Coffee, because then you just get in on the emails. It's free to follow me, by the way, and it defaults you to staying not in the loop, but in the spiral of things. So Tuesdays, Story Species, Story Medicine, it's targeted for published authors, but you don't have to be a published author. You don't even have to be an author. Maybe you dance, you sing, you draw pictures, paint pictures, you do pottery to express yourself, but it's specifically stories that have to do with esoteric literature type experiences, ET agenda, interesting dreams, all this stuff that make us soul tribe and all the reasons why we get each other. So our community, it's interesting because we're a minority community, but in truth, everybody belongs to our community because everybody is part of the greater collective, greater oneness that we all belong to. So if you would like to be a guest on my show, Story Species, Story Medicine, on Tuesdays, reach out to me. Send me an email, ginavirginiacasella@gmail.com, and you can find that on my website. My Buy Me a Coffee is a good place to go to. In the About section, there's my links are there as well. And also in my YouTube, you can find the links, lots of links going on about me. But one link to rule them all is ginavirginiacasella.com. Buy Me a Coffee and YouTube are really great links, and so is my Facebook. So Wednesdays at 1:30, I hang out live with you, and that's what I'm doing right now. And if you would like me to be a guest on your show, this would be the ideal time. This is the time that I have carved out. So if I'm not a guest, then I host myself. And what do? Well, I just update you on any updates. I talk about recent posts that I made. Like today, I was sharing out about the Dragon Dreams Oracle, which, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. I was thinking it, but I don't know if I said it out loud. But every day I'm posting from the Dragon Dreams Oracle. This will end when June comes to an end. So one of the bonuses in the Dragon Dream membership, there's a membership called Project 30 ISIS Unity Consciousness, and there's some really cool bonuses in there. And me pulling a card daily, almost daily, maybe weekly, is part of that. And I always post like the picture of like how it looks at my place, but then I also always post the actual card and the actual write up so you can read it. So right now in my Buy Me a Coffee, the Dragon Dreams Oracle and other information, it's all like part of one email. But when July comes rolling around, the Dragon Dreams Oracle, that'll go out separately along with the other bonuses. So if you're already a member, you're familiar with this routine. And a big, huge dragon welcome to all of our new Dragon Dreamers. Every day there's more and more, and it just absolutely thrills me. So Tuesdays, that's my show. Reach out if you want to be a guest. Wednesdays, I hang out live. If you want me to be a guest on your show, please reach out. I could really use the publicity, right? I'm all about the quality. So I don't care how many Dragon Dreamers we have in our group. I care about the quality of the Dragon Dreamers because this is the precedence that we're setting, right? So what could we possibly talk about if I'm a guest on your show? Well, the sky's the limit, right? Like go on Amazon, read my book summaries, ask me about the Dragon Dreams Oracle. I'm happy to pull cards for you. I won't do gemstone reading for you. Maybe I'll do a collective gemstone reading for you, but I like to reserve that for all kinds of reasons. Yeah, they're really special, and they're really special for my paying clients. So anyways, if you're interested in being a private paying client, one of the Shamanic Dragon memberships, that would be ideal. That's if you want to take the deep dive for mind reprogramming and that. So I'm just noticing some comments coming in. Thank you for that. People are interested. Check out my Buy Me a Coffee, and check out the memberships and check out the shop. So the reason I wanted to hop on here today was to hang out with you live like I'm doing now. But the seasonally, this part here, the Continuum of Conscious Evolution Conference Series, there's 4 online. That's guaranteed every year. We just had the second one, Summer Days. That's the one Terry was talking about. And Terry bought the replay for somebody, so that's a really great gift idea. And the first one, Promise of Spring, that's always going to be free. And it's predicted in my book series that that's going to be the one that generates the most money. Why? Because people just want to get in on it. I'm okay with that. But I think it's funny that the one that's free is going to generate the most amount of money. So let me know what you're thinking. And also, Promise of Spring, the one that happened in March, you can find that right here, right now, for free on my YouTube in the playlist, The Conferences. So there's a 5th one every year, but that one is always pending. Why? Because it's in person and I never know where I'm going to be. I move around a lot. But the 5th one is going to happen. So these are the 2026 dates. There in the top, you've got Promise of Spring, check off list. We did that. Summer Days in the blue. We did that. Now we're looking at the yellow. Dragon Destiny. It says Friday, July 9th to Sunday, July 12th, in person to be determined. Well, the update is that it is happening. It's going to be a hybrid conference. So we're basically going to meet online for the conference, and those who are local can come join me for dinner. So there's going to be 2 ticket options available. And we've got another conference coming up online, Falling Consciously, in September. And we've got Season of Dreams that will happen online December 12th. So for me, this is a huge milestone because this was an intention that I set last year. The timing was not right. I was not in right relationship. There's all kinds of reasons why. But this year it happened, and it almost didn't happen. And I remember back in like late January, early February, feeling like, it's not enough time to plan. Who's going to want to get in on this? And the wheels really started turning. It was the same motions for Summer Days. Like I mentioned earlier, we are setting precedents. So Promise of Spring was a huge success. The schedule was awesome. The presenters were awesome. the content, the delivery of the content, the respect throughout the day. Some conferences you fall a bit behind schedule. It's not a big deal. But to me, that was a real important make or breaker for my own goal setting. So for this all to be manifesting now is really phenomenal. And Dragon Destiny, it almost didn't even happen, but I was like, why I was stressing out about this Friday to Sunday business. My initial intention was for Dragon Destiny to be like a 2-week long event. The original intention was I was going to have like a 1-week program, a 2-week program, and the end of the second week was going to be like a bonus conference kind of thing, which I would like to possibly do maybe in years to come. But if anybody out there feels excited, interested in collaborating, please reach out to me. I love to collaborate with others. If you're one of those people that you just like to, show up, like, fuck you. Like, I just really can't believe the number of people who show up these days and think that, they've contributed so much. Forgive them for they do not know. And forgive me for I do not know, because everybody is somebody else's idiot, right? Like, so Lushing, the Dragon Dreams mini movie series. So I watched this yesterday and I watched it a week ago. And outside of that, I haven't watched it. And when I watched it yesterday, I felt uncomfortable. It's a terrifying movie. There's no blood or gore. It infers. But I feel for me, just this business of intruders and this business of a stronger, superior, intelligent species. Not superior, like better than us, but superior in the sense that they have more abilities, capabilities than us. And there's lots of themes that are scary. So you can find Lushing in book 8 in the Dragon Dreams book series. Book 8 is Scary Dreams. And on my YouTube, there's a playlist where I read lots from my book series, and I read from Lushing. And on my Buy Me a Coffee for free, you have to purchase it, but you purchase it for free. I cut and paste just Lushing. There's the FYI and Lushing, so you can read that absolutely free. And I double dare you to read it. It's scary. So story species, story medicine. I do believe that we're a story species and that we are our best medicine, and that when you share your story, you share your medicine. And one of the best ways to heal is with the earth. So I'm Mother Earth, you're Mother Earth, walking, talking trees we are. And so when I say statements like, oh, all my content is merging together, movies are being made, this is like everything that I'm talking about, Dragon Dreamers. All of this is being merged now. All of this, everything that I'm saying is Project 30. So the live hangout, this is just my background that I use. There's the Gnome King, central figure responsible for bridging multiple worlds and guarding mystical beings like fairies and extraterrestrials. Gnome King, he comes throughout like the whole Dragon Dreams book series, but there's a lot of him in book 3, 4. So a big thank you for sharing your story, Medicine, Promise of Spring, the first ever. It was a huge hit, like I was saying. These are the Dragon speakers. I shared my story about the Gnome King and my gemstone readings and how all that came together. And I also talked about the 2 angels that came out of my wall and how that was a traumatizing experience, my vision and hearing blurred. My hearing is fine, but my vision has never been the same. Summer Days, that just happened. Super awesome conference. And again, you can buy the replay for that. These are the speakers that we had. And every conference, it's getting better and better, just like a dance recital. I remember being in a dance class consecutively for a number of years. And every dance recital, it was like, wow, how are my teachers going to top this one, But then the next dance season, it's like somehow it's even better, And then you think, well, how are they going to top this next season? And then next season, somehow it ends up, so I feel this energy with my conferences. Every conference, it's getting better and better. The quality, the integrity, all those layers are getting more solid. And all of the healers, all 6 of them, Laura, Sheila, Julia, Missy, Slavka, Soma, all of them commented that it wasn't just them providing healing through sharing their story medicine. They also received healing by having participants actively listening to them and receiving their medicine. And I didn't prompt them. That came from them. So that was a really beautiful thing. So it was amazing synchronicity, and we're still benefiting from it all. And whoops, this next slide, this is Dragon Destiny. So Dragon Destiny is going down Saturday, July 11th, 2026. As I mentioned, it's a hybrid dream. This is Eastern Standard Time, by the way. So it's going to be online and or in-person dinner. So there's 2 ticket options available. One includes dinner, one does not. So obviously, if you live across the ocean, you might not be able to make it to dinner on time. You can maybe fly here and watch the conference on your plane, and then you can land in London, Ontario. And this is London, Ontario, Canada, just to clarify. So we're going to meet the day before for pre-conference hangout, just like we always do, 11 a.m. And I'm going to carve a candle like I do. And then 8:30, the virtual doors will open. Conference promptly will start at 9. This time we're going till 3 p.m. Why? Because we need to give people time to get from point A to point B. So folks who are living in or around London, or if you're traveling to Canada, Ontario area, Niagara Falls, Toronto, and you think you might be in the area, if you can line up your cards right and be in the area for Saturday, July 11th, this would be a really nice day for you, because you could enjoy watching the conference at your hotel, in your home. You could watch part of it on your cell phone while you're hanging out doing whatever outdoors. And then you've got the dinner to look forward to. So dinner's going to be at 6, and I'm asking people to meet at 5:45. We're going to go to the Mandarin restaurant on Wellington. It's one of my favorite restaurants. They have vegan options, but they don't explicitly have like a vegan section. So you want to check out the menu before you go, because when you're there, it's super mega overwhelming. There's probably too many food choices, and there's literally something for everyone. So I'm really excited about dinner, and I'm really excited about the conference. So you must prepay for dinner before Wednesday, July 1st, midnight. And then that option won't exist anymore. It'll just be the online conference. So this is my first time collecting money in advance for dinner. And if you read the details, it includes the cost of the buffet. It doesn't include any beverages, but it includes your taxes, the tip, and if there's any like pocket change left, then I thought maybe it could contribute to my dinner. So come dream with us. We wait you. We really, really are awaiting you. And like I said, we're growing in numbers, but it's never about the quantity. It's always about the quality. And you can bet we're going to meet the next day online for Hangout. So Mandarin Restaurant has a 2-hour limit. So by 8 p.m., we got to leave. And you're responsible to find your own transportation. Canada, it's known to be a safe country, but I'm not going to be shy. I mean, to remind you to practice stranger danger, even within the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe community, even within your very dreams, always practicing stranger danger, no matter where you are, who you're with, no matter how safe or comfortable you're feeling. Always remember your personal safety. Here in Canada, LGBTQ2 plus spirited, we are a friendly nation and London, Ontario in particular, some cities stand out more than others. London, Ontario stands out as a city that is known as LGBTQ2 plus spirited friendly, and you need to be 18 in Canada to gamble. You need to be 19 to drink, and no drinking and driving, no smoking cannabis or any kind of substances while driving. And cannabis, smoking marijuana, it is legal here in Canada. And we do have smoking rules, like you have to smoke out on the sidewalk, and you can't smoke in a public restaurant in Canada. You have to smoke at home or on the sidewalk. Those are just at glance if you've never been to Canada before. And to clarify, I'm talking about London, Ontario. London, Ontario also has a really small airport, which is always really nice, and is situated about 2 hours from Niagara Falls, about 2 hours from Toronto. I'm going to say 3 hours because traffic, but Canada's Wonderland is in that area. And then, of course, British Columbia, if you wanted to drive 3 days, you could get there to the other side of Canada. Or you can go in the other direction and make your way to Newfoundland, Labrador, Prince Edward Island. So if you like lobster, you can go in that direction. If you like the Dungeness crab, go over to BC. So anyways, London, Ontario, Canada. And then, you know what, if anybody wanted to go on a day trip to Niagara Falls, like, you can plan that on your own. And for what it's worth, the Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective, it's free. And that's for us. That's for us to collaborate with each other. So if you're coming to the conference in London and you're looking for somebody to, walk from the hotel, there's lots of hotels close to Mandarin. It's by the hospital, actually, and it's well situated. There's a grocery store there. There's a Dollarama. So it's very ideal. So anyways, you can start planning in advance. And I really intend, I'm not just hoping it, I'm dreaming it here. I really intend in the future to have like a 3-day event, or like I was saying, like a 2-week experience where there's options, a 2-week option, 1-week option, and then just the weekend. But talking about the now, July 11th, okay? So I'm going to be the healer, speaker, and host. And of course, I'm the dragon visionary behind all of this. I've got my crew with me, the Dragon Monitors and Tech Assistants, Julia Ankerhaven, Michael Kopf, and Jason H. They'll be hanging out with me. And this is the schedule. So 8:30, I'll be hanging out with you live. 9 a.m., we'll have a prompt start. I will welcome you, we'll light our candle, open up sacred space, journey to the pine tree forest, and then I'm going to provide you with my shamanic training. I'm going to do a collective safe extraction of intrusive entities. So if anybody out there thinks for a second that you might have an intrusive entity, you probably do. In this moment, if you're feeling annoyed, pissed off, irritated about me, you 99% have an intrusive entity. That's why you're feeling that, because the intrusive entity is like, no, don't listen to her. Don't take advantage of this amazing opportunity. So also, if you look at my prices, one session with me is 45 minutes and I charge $833 Canadian. But you can get it here at this conference. Same thing, but it's a collective. So you get a serious discount. And it defaults me as the shaman to rebalancing your chakras and providing an illumination. So if you didn't know that, that's included by default. And it was worth mentioning, putting it there literally in black and white. So this will take us a good 45 minutes. So there'll be the safe extraction. I'll balance your chakras and provide a collective illumination. Then after the break, I'm going to do a presentation on the rules of the mind and false inhibiting beliefs. We'll have another break, and then we're going to engage in some fun. We'll do some suggestibility testing. So what that means is I'm going to put the live link in the chat, and that's going to invite you. You have to be part of this conference, though. and you have to be there live with me. So if you watch the replay, you won't be able to participate. You can participate at home, but you wouldn't be able to come live with me. You know what I'm saying? So the suggestibility testing, I'm going to put the live link. So if you want, you click on it, and then you get to be on StreamYard with me. So depending on the number of people, we might have to do several rounds. But I'm going to tell you things like, think about this, imagine that, and then you'll start acting in certain ways without even trying, because your mind is being guided and is being suggestible and filling in the blanks for you. And it's very interesting how the mind does this. But it also indicates to me if you're an ideal client for hypnotherapy. So pretty much the people who desire to have a hypnosis session done. Maybe I forgot to mention this. After this break, I'm going to be providing one Dragon Dreamer with a live mind reprogramming session. So this is very big time. Again, if you book a session with me, this would cost you $833 for 145-minute session. So this here is like extreme value. So how do you even know you're eligible for, mind reprogramming? How do you even know it's going to work? Well, basically, when you pay the money, that's a very strong indicator that it's going to work. It doesn't matter the price. It just matters that you made the commitment. Okay. When you're thinking things like, yes, this is going to work for me, I believe it, you don't even know how, you're definitely an ideal client. If you're like, suggestibility testing, I don't know what that is, but I'm on board and I bet I'm good at it, I guarantee you're an ideal client. If you're thinking thoughts like, this is stupid, I don't like this, I don't even know why you're watching me right now, to be honest, but I'll tell you something hilarious. Dr. Goldberg, when he first became a hypnotherapist, he used to be a dentist, and then he got into hypnotherapy because he wanted his clients to go under hypnosis to do dental work, and he would remove cavities and stuff like that and do major surgery, no medication, with clients under hypnosis. And then he eventually gave up his dental practice and just did hypnotherapy. But anyways, he shares a hilarious story where this woman calls him and she's like, I want you to see my husband, I'll pay you anything. And he's like, okay, like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't want him to smoke cigarettes, no more smoking cigarettes. And he's like, yep, I can help with that, no problem. But then in the background, the husband is going, I don't want to see no hypnotherapist. Why are you on the phone? Get off the phone. I'm not going to see no hypnotherapist. And so he overheard that and told the woman, like, look, like, I can hear your husband in the background. And for what it's worth, you're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. Like, I can appreciate you're coming from a good place. You want to take care of your husband's business, but that's just it. It's your husband's business, not your business. And if your husband doesn't think it's going to work or isn't interested, it doesn't matter what the statistics are. With that attitude, forget it. And then you know what? You have an unhappy client and you have an unhappy hypnotherapist, because it's like, what am I doing with my time, right? And it really doesn't help the stigmas. So if you're still listening to this, I can guarantee you're an ideal client. And suggestibility testing, it's something that I get clients to do with their eyes open. I get them to close their eyes. You're not under hypnosis, to clarify, when you're doing suggestibility testing. And that's the power of it. And it really doesn't take long, and it's fun. And then it's fun to watch the video after. So I'm looking forward to this part. So the person who is demonstrating the strongest suggestibility is going to be the person that I pick, because this is a live session and it needs to work for all of us, right? But like, let's say everybody or more than one person is like very clearly suggestible, then it's no problem for me just to put everybody's like right there live on the spot, because there's not that many people. Write your names down, shake it up, and draw a name, right? And I have a feeling that that's probably what's going to happen, because um, this is something that comes from the burning desire from within. So just the fact that you bought a ticket to the online conference, Dragon Destiny, tells me that you're hungry for mind reprogramming. So after this next break, we're going to dive right into the live mind reprogramming. So those who didn't win, you get to be the witness. You can witness a fellow dragon, and perhaps this dragon will be you. So the good news is a lot of people are very busy on the weekends. So this could really increase your odds of having an opportunity. Again, I charge $833 per 45 minutes. And you get this for $40 Canadian if you're the winner. So, and I don't advertise it, but when you get mind reprogramming with me, whether it's paid or whether you win it, there's a 21-day follow-up. So it's better known as the integration period. So I can guarantee after I provide you with the mind reprogramming, you're going to feel great, but you need to listen to the transformational audio that's going to be created live. It's going to be 15 to 20 minutes long, and you need to listen to that for 21 days. And I'm going to be contacting you 3 times on day 1, day 7, and day 21 following Saturday, July 11th session. And this is all part of the rules of the mind. So this isn't just some like bullshit, oh, listen to this and feel good. No, there's a bit of an algorithm going on here, and that's all part of the mind reprogramming. So what can I help you with? Why would you want to engage in mind reprogramming? Well, weight loss is a very popular one. I guarantee you don't even have a problem with your weight. You're probably scared and you don't feel safe. A lot of people who have fear of flying, they're not afraid of flying. They tend to be claustrophobic. People who have irritable bowel syndrome and that kind of stuff. No, it actually turns out that emotionally you're irritable, right? So we identify the false inhibiting belief, we smash it, we replace it with your new programming. So before I do the mind reprogramming, I'll ask you, like, what would your life be like without this problem, you know? So anyways, I'm just getting excited now, but I can help you with anything. Sleeping, eating too much. Maybe you're not eating enough. Maybe you don't eat the right food choices, and I can help you out with that. Maybe you're having a hard time reaching your goals because for whatever reasons, you just can't get a schedule together. Or maybe you're a procrastinator. Did you know that procrastination is actually a sign that you're afraid of your own success? Sometimes it means you're being lazy and you're procrastinating, but often it means that you're afraid to reach your goal. What if I'm successful? I've helped people in a very general way just be more confident. People who they desire to walk into the staff room and just be like, good morning. And that's it. There's a lot of people, they're not able to do that. And I've helped people do that. You know, maybe you're a teacher and you're in and out of the photocopier room. You know, there's parents over there, the administrators there. You might feel overwhelmed, just helping you stay grounded in those moments. There's just randomly remembering here on my YouTube, there's actually some really beautiful testimonials from 2021 when 2021, whenever I first became a hypnotherapist. This was before I did energy medicine. And the clients are still benefiting today. You know, there's one girl on Facebook and she's lost weight. She's looks great, completely transformed. It's been a handful of years now. And I actually, every now and then she'll post a, because she's not like, she doesn't post a lot of pictures on Facebook. And like a year ago now, I sent her a message and I'm like, okay, I'm like, this picture should be your profile picture. Like your old profile picture doesn't even look like you anymore. You know, she looks so good. One girl I helped, she did not feel comfortable wearing short sleeves or sleeveless, not comfortable wearing dresses, showing her legs. This girl's at the beach now half naked all the time. Like, you know, so I can help you. And I know exactly what it's like to have false inhibiting beliefs, things like money blockages. The thing is, though, is I can only help you with one presenting problem at a time. So, you know, uh, feeling the top three, feeling like you're not enough, like things aren't available to you, like there's something wrong or different about you. I guarantee those are the, it doesn't matter if it's weight, you can't sleep, you can't do whatever it is, confidence, you're lacking in discipline because you joined a sewing class and you're falling behind or whatever. Like I guarantee not enough, not available, things, there's something wrong or different about you. So I'm really looking forward to the mind reprogramming piece. And after that, we won't have a break. We'll just wrap it up. I like to combine the thank you with the fire ceremony. We will close sacred space, and then we will journey back from the pine tree forest. Now, those of you who joined me live for summer days, whoops, I forgot to close journey back from the pine tree forest, but apparently that was intended. So if you come to Dragon Destiny, you can close the pine tree forest, but there's still a part of that pine tree forest that's always going to be open until this fall, because that was like whatever communication went through. So if you want it closed, fine, you can close it with Dragon Destiny. But if there's a part of you that's like, actually, I think I want to keep part of that open, you can. And you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to be like, oh no, I formally closed it and now it's the month of August and I'd really like it open again, but Gina's next conference isn't until September. Like, I mean, work with the metaphors, okay, folks? So the online conference is going to come to an end by 3 p.m. The first two conferences we wrapped up early, not super mega early, but that's my style. I like to leave space in between in case questions, comments, in case tech hiccups, in case we fall behind, whatever's going on. And ideally, we wrap up at and I also don't like when people are feeling stressed out watching the clock, like, oh my God, it's going to be 3 o'clock in 10 minutes. Is she going to be able to wrap up, you know, sacred space? So I just the intention is to always wrap up a good 5 to 10, 15 minutes early. I don't like to make a habit of wrapping up too early, because then you, I know from my teaching career and hosting in-person workshops and whatnot, speeches that I've made, that people get in this routine where they plan to leave even earlier, and then the conference ends up ending like half an hour earlier, and I think that's too early. But also you end up with this problem where people start going on their cell phones because somebody else's conference ended early and people are making driving arrangements together and whatnot. So anyways, I really enjoy what I do, and I enjoy sharing my process. I enjoy chatting about administration behind the scenes. And if you're into Think Pair sharing it up, get in touch with me. If you want to have me on your show, not to talk about mind reprogramming or those things, maybe you just want to have me on your show to talk about, like, how the hell do you even put together a conference, and I can share with you that process. I'm open to it. So the conference will end at 3 p.m. and 5:45, that's a nice chunk of time in between time to freshen yourself up and get to dinner. If you're traveling, like, you know, maybe 2 hours away, I would come early as you can. And, you know, you can always have a beer or something, or a non-alcoholic beverage at a local restaurant before, and then go to the Mandarin, walk on over or something like that. I'm excited to see what people are going to do at that in between time. Maybe meet at the restaurant early. There's parks and stuff in the area, so check out your maps and Google Mandarin Wellington location and all the details. When you buy the ticket, those details are provided. So again, these two figures are Lucky and the Gnome King. They're making a strong presence right now. Lucky, that's the towel that I have that transformed into my mesa. And the Gnome King, I'm really feeling their energy this year. So the Dragon Dreams book series and Oracle, you can purchase both of those. And that is a wrap. So again, everything that I said, and I know it's a lot, but everything that I said is part of Project 30 Isis Unity Consciousness. So thank you for listening to that. Now I'm just catching up on the chat because I had it on screen share. And there's a lot of comments that came in, so that's good. Thank you. So Rogelio is saying, I've never had dreams. Like I said yesterday, I wish I could. Yeah, so that's very interesting because everybody dreams. Everybody dreams. You don't remember your dreams. And there's different kinds of dreams. There's dreams where it doesn't mean anything. It's just the thoughts that we had throughout the day floating around in our brain, and it creates a picture like an animated movie. And that's the dream. It doesn't mean anything. There's no significance. And then we have dreams where messages come through to us. We have dreams where we think and plan ahead and kind of play around with timelines. We have dreams where it's called lucid dreaming, where it's like a video game. You're inside the dream and you can walk around and explore. It seems very real. You're in control. You're not just off to the side watching. You're in the dream. And then there's other kind of dreams that arguably are not dreams at all. They're completely other dimensions, universes, galaxies. So if you're like Rogelio and you don't dream, that's exactly something that I could help you with mind reprogramming, is dreaming again. How would you dream again? And if you're having a hard time dreaming, get off any substances. Let your mind recalibrate. Go to bed early. Read. That way your mind is getting inspired. And when you wake up in the morning, any thoughts that you have, write them down, even if they don't make sense. I call this dream journaling. So when you're dream journaling, you're training your subconscious mind and your body, mind, spirit that you're listening. And it doesn't matter if it makes sense. If you need to take the color purple and do swirly lines, then that's what you do. And then eventually you start looking for patterns, right? But it's got to start somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. And there's a lot of times where I'll dream every single night throughout the night, and I wake up through the night and it's like a continuation of the dream, and it's awesome and I like it. But then there's times where that happens and it's exhausting because it seems more like a download learning experience that I'm going through. And sometimes it's just too much information. And even though I'm sleeping, I'm tired. Like sleeping is a tiring experience as a result. And some people believe that it's because even though your body isn't moving around, that on a different energetic plane somewhere, you are running around doing whatever it is you're doing. And you feel that. And then there's times where I don't remember my dreams at all, or I'll remember bits and pieces, but I can't make sense of them. And so don't give up. Don't give up on that wish, because we've been dreaming since before the ancient Egyptians, and even animals have dreams. And we are animals, right? We are animals. So, and then what are some other comments here? Terry's saying, I'd rather watch your movies than Steven Spielberg. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Terry. You know, and it's a confusion. People are going to be like, is this Steven Spielberg or Gina Virginia Casella? like Steven Spielberg, Gina Virginia Casella. Practically rhyming words, right? But, it's not always about the visuals. It's just about the vibe. And I feel like that vibe was captured in both Lushing and the other one, which I will play momentarily right after these comments. So, hi, Helene. I didn't notice you when you first came in there. Good to see you in the chat. And she's saying, that is so beautiful. So I'll have to watch the replay to know exactly what part you were commenting on. But maybe I was talking about my kuyas or just our greater oneness. Hi, Aaron. Aaron is saying hi in the chat. Good to see you, Aaron. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. And then Myra Mayra. I think people that are afflicted have more dreams. I think people that are afflicted have more dreams. Yes, it's possible, because just like trauma, it inspires things. Things tend to spring forward, and dreams can spring forward. Or maybe you weren't really noticing your dreams, and now there's an archetype in your dream that's like, finally, she's listening to me, And I love talking about dreams, and for what it's worth, there is no absolute right or wrong answer. Like, you listen to some people talk about dreams and they've got their whole dictionary, definition, encyclopedia about dreams. Well, you know what? I take that all with a grain of salt, right? But the dream world is definitely worth embracing, because that's the world where our deeper subconscious mind connects. So... Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. What I would like to do now is play my 2 mini movies, and this will probably be the last time I play them for a while, just because there's new and there's hype about it. But you can find them for free on my YouTube channel. There's a playlist called Mini Movie Medicine. So let me just pull those up right now for you. This first one is called Lushing. I'm not going to explain it. If you're not familiar with what it's about, just take it in for what it is, okay? And if you're not scared, you know why? It's because that's your mind's number one job, is to protect you from being scared. So if you're watching this next movie that I'm about to show you and you're like, that's not a scary movie, yeah, that's because your mind's protecting you. So if you're thinking this movie's not scary, you need to think, my mind is protecting me. This must be a very terrifying movie. Okay, here it is.
a choice. In my here and now, I have a voice. I put the pieces of you away like a bad dream. I left you behind, I'm unique. I love me for me. Do you? Do you? Do you?
So, did you think that movie was pretty scary? I'm going to play the next one for you. That one was called Lushing. This one is called Project 30 ISIS Unity Consciousness, and Michael Kopp helped me with this one. So, if you're driving in your car or whatever, crank it, because this is Starseed Lolo's music. That was Dark Night of the Soul. That was featured for the movie Lushing. And this next one, Project 30 ISIS Unity Consciousness, features the recent release called The Dragon. Here it is. It's 3 minutes, 27 seconds long. Michael and I, we added some ocean sounds at the end just to buy us some time. Okay, here it goes.
In the shadow of the mountainside, where the ancient spirits like to hide, I feel the chill of a ghostly breath, dancing on the edge of life and death. All the trying
So, Dragon Dreamers, those were my 2 movies, mini movie medicine for you. Let me know what you think about them. And I would absolutely adore to hear all about it in the free Facebook group, the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. Or you can leave a comment on my YouTube. Also, in my Buy Me a Coffee post, there's lots of hype going on there. So, in conclusion, today really flew by. It was really great to hang out with you. I enjoyed showing you my kuyas, talking about some of the special items that I have around. My medicine wheel here looks more like a diamondy shape of an eye. And it was nice to go over the movies with you, talk about the Dragon Destiny, and really looking forward to the mind reprogramming. It's going to be really awesome. And I'm wondering who's going to win it, what they're going to want me to mind reprogram them on. And then it's going to be really nice just to go out for dinner, And if you can't meet us for dinner, that's okay. We'll make it a point to take like a group shot, group picture together by the entrance. And I'll post that in the Facebook group and share it the next day when I go live. So there's always lots to look forward to. And I hope to see you all next time. Thanks for hanging out with me live. And I will see you next time. Take care, Dragon Dreamers. Dare to dream those beautiful dreams. Thanks for dreaming with me so courageously.